Hi, I'm Naomi Long, and I'll be doing a persuasive speech about if minimum wage should be more livable for people. So imagine you're working 40 hours a week and yet not being able to earn a decent income to pay for essentials. The essentials as food, rent, medical care, children. This is no dream, but it is a bitter fact for so many workers. They question whether the minimum wage should be a living wage is a social and moral one in addition to an economic one. I'm here to weigh the arguments for against raising minimum wage for a living wage today and discussing why the overwhelming weight of evidence points to make the minimum wage a living income. Providing employees with a salary that enables them to make the basic living needs and pushing the living wages, lowering poverty levels, and makes the economy more stable. The increased spending of the part of the employees when their income rise, energy grows, and business development. Other people feel like raising the minimum wage will cut into the success of small businesses and result in employee layoff based on increased labor costs. But after doing research conducted in many cities, the higher minimum wage indicates fewer adverse impacts on employment. So it's really not a difference. And in fact, an increase in customer satisfaction and employee productivity. So it's simply a stronger, more vibrant economy and productivity. And just in the result, it's just for paying people more fairly. Advocating for a livable wage contends to no full-time employee should be deprived. They contend that a decent wage upholds fundamental human rights and acknowledges the dignity of labor. Critics argue that the market forces set wages and that the government intervening could cause business operations to be disrupted, but should we, dignify human needs? No full-time worker in a wealthy nation should have to work more than one job or get food stamps just to make ends meet and provide for them or their family. A livable wage honors the worker and the contribution that they make to the economy. So why are we not paying them back with a decent pay? And the dependence on the government supports mechanisms such as food stamps and housing subsidized. So that can be diminished by making minimum wage a living wage. All that would be simpler and all of it would go away. In the long run, it saves taxpayer money as well as we making more people independent, but critics claim that it's an effort to recoup wage increases. Companies will raise prices or implement automation. Nevertheless, studies prove that price increases are feasible and moderate levels of innovation rather than the cost of labor. Would it be more prudent for business to pay employees equity in the first instance rather than living? Probably, but it just does not happen. One thing is evident from contrasting the two viewpoints though. There are considerably more advantages to having a livable income than disadvantages. So why are we not making it happen? The social and financial benefits tremendously outweigh any necessary disadvantages or modifications. Everyone should have the opportunity to live with dignity rather than barely getting by. Because no full-time employee should have to choose between paying their rent and buying groceries, you should be able to have both, and you should be able to do both comfortably. The minimum wage should indeed be a living income.